Bruh. 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 Bruh.
Hey, traders. Welcome to episode 1023. And we're trying something different today. There is no music. And before you get upset or offended, or you feel entitled to the music, just know that I'm being shadow banned every single day. And I want to fix that. I don't want to be shadow banned. So you have to think about me a little bit. If you care anything about me and the growth of my channel, you can't be upset about the choice I'm making, all right? And it's so easy to open up another tab and to have your own music set. You can adjust your decibel levels. It's wonderful, man, all right? So I'm just doing everything I possibly can. This is like the only thing I haven't tried. You get that, right? Now, I could play what I'm playing right now. I play Skyrim Atmospheres, and that's non-copyright, but again, it goes to the point where people, half the audience or 75% of the audience is not going to want to listen to that, right? But I'm good with it. It's like cathartic for me. It's chill. And, people will get tired of hearing it over and over and over, all right? And, we haven't even gotten to the analysis yet, but it's like, do you see the chat? Everyone's talking about it. So it's like it needs to be addressed. I'm not just going to ignore what's going on. So, anyway. If you got questions, you can ask them. Hopefully I can answer them. But Bitcoin has just been shopping around. I mean, on the new day, it's up $82. That's not even 1%. Where the S&P had a huge day. It ran all the way, it gapped up, and then hit the next overhead resistance. What's up, Daniel? Oh my god, it's working. Chat. Kappa. It's working. Somebody found me, man.
We care, and we want you to spin.
JMO, thanks for the 10. You want me to spin on a freaking, what is it, Tuesday? I mean, not going to matter because you're not going to get it. Easy. Chuggy chug face, get wrecked. All right. So, we've got the trend line, right? The 1 month long trend line that you are above, and you back tested it a couple times since breaking back above it, but this doesn't look bad. I mean, like, if you're talking about price act, there's no hidden bearish divergence right now because we made a slightly higher high than the previous high, especially even with candle closes. So that's not even, you can't even argue that. Good news is you're perfect on the RSI 54, plenty of room to run to the upside. And then we also understand that if you're talking about a small harmonic X, A, B, C, D, the 786 is around like 9,800 or so. We looked at it yesterday. So this still looks like it's got legs to run to higher prices. And, whether we make a higher high than the previous high, that is the big question. But I think we could run up to make a lower high and a deeper retrace and make consecutive lower highs. It's not happened yet. But it seems like, the wave analysis, X, A, B, C, D. All right. You finished up this wave. You hit a 78% retrace, a 1414 fib extension. There's a new wave. All right. So on the new waves, they're normally like X to A's or C to D's. They're not the next wave, or this wave here isn't like A to B or B to C, the smaller, shorter waves. So that is why I think that we could see 9,800 or so. All right. Barrel's still not in. It's USPS track though.
Did you get that barrel?
It hit the what is it called? The thing downtown. It's like the big UPS thing, and there's like the smaller ones. It like went from the smaller, or the bigger one, the big one, the annex, to the smaller ones, and I've heard nothing else since then. It's just stuck. It's in transit. So hopefully it's okay, but I haven't gotten it yet. Crypto Collector, thanks for the 10 super chat. Man, what is going on? You only try to get me drunk every day. I have to put my foot down, but since the chance is so slim, I might just have to rain check this one, man. Right? If it lands on it, we're going to zoom in. Unreal. But yeah, I'm listening to Skyrim Atmosphere. That is the song I always play when I do static videos. It's very chill. Oh, God, disrupt the entire stream trying to do this. Like, really? Yeah, like it freezes my OBS for 10 minutes. We're just going to have to, like, maybe say, all right, I don't even care. I mean, it looks like it's not Chug, or maybe it is Chug. And if it is, I'm just going to, rain check this one or something. Dude, I'm all off kilter. All right. All off kilter. With just everything. All right. Imagine life being more than just money, trading, and TA. It's much greater than that. So, got my own things I'm dealing with. All right. And, a patron was asking about targets on this today. Now, this is it, man. If the targets you seek are Casey Stubbs targets, right? Your first target's C, which is literally at 10,000. Say 9,950 is quite adequate target, all right? Because that's where the reversal would be if it got up there. It's probably not going to be at 10K, but, you get it. C is the first target, and then A is Casey Stubbs' second target for these patterns. He swings for the fences. He doesn't take incremental gains on the way up. So, I mean, like, for real, the second target of this Garley is $10,420.
Is that a joint?
Everything's lagging now. Everything is so laggy now. Wow. Okay, so I mean, like, if you're talking about a falling wedge pattern that played out brilliantly, excessively well, in an uptrend, the falling wedge performed well, great, right? That's a good sign. So now all of a sudden, with the bears coming in saying we're going to zero, Wyckoff distribution thoughts, all this, but all of a sudden, right? Classic divergence that we coveted over the weekend. It emerged, and very quickly, it manifested into a higher high than the previous high, right? So that's like, wow, the bullish performance, anytime we're getting variables that are pointing to the upside, it's playing out. What the heck, man? That's not like what happens in bear trends. And until you break below 8,700 on the daily with candle close confirmation, you're still in an uptrend. So all you've done recently is make a deep retrace where people perceived value, and whether it was bots or humans, they bought it up. And here we are at 9,500 on the dot. Okay. Where are the Wyckoff thoughts? What? What's up, JD? So weird. Such a weird, different experimentation, man. That's like all it is. I'm just trying something different, because I've exhausted every means, right? I mean, at this point, what really made me do this monetization and no music is like just last night, YouTube like support send me, an email again. Like they like telling them, oh, you can't help me with membership. All right, I can't get that. Will you at least unban me from my unsubscribers? Unshadow ban me? And then, the person, they say, oh, we've done everything we can. There's nothing else we can do about it. So it's like, all right. So I don't think they can legally, or it's against their policy to tell you to monetize. But we will see if this works out. If not, we can just go back to the music, It's all good. We're just going to test run. Clive, I've heard. Yeah, music, dude. They're like cracking down. Hardcore. So you're out of the channel, but man, the trend line that I'm not making visible on the 4-hour for complexity, simplicity reasons, you can see it clear as day. And yesterday, bullish pin bar reversal, pretty decent sized wick, got down to 88.90 or something, I think. And a little bit of fall through off the pin bar. But you need more than this, man. Now, if the Gartley is to really play out, you're going to get follow through price action. You're going to stay above this demand line. But that's some pretty nice rejection for now. And I guess neutral, a little bit more optimistic. You got negative momentum waning again. So maybe tomorrow in an hour 43 minutes we get another lower level, and that continues, and then eventually higher prices, and then we go positive again on the histogram. But really since May 10th we've seen barely any positive memo on the daily. I mean, you got a little bit, just a little bit, and it's only because of that really nice move up, the fake out. So okay, so that's the daily. Let's go to the weekly, I guess, and then we can just take a look. I mean, the markets, the S&P is just like killed it, dude. This so nice. The NASDAQ, of course. Russell 2000 boomed today, up like 3% or something. Stupid. Look at the weekly first. Oh no, let's go back to the daily, the other idea, all right? Where, how about that, man? Just how close it is. A rising wedge. You're pivoting off the demand line once again, right? Traders never settled up lower than this demand line. It's up sloping support. So always the chance, that point, the room to run, in a structure this size, it's all the way up at 10,679, man. Moving target, of course. Wouldn't that be something to fake out everyone? Because just like all the grandmas, super bearish on Bitcoin, super bearish on the stock market, because they're calling the top, right? It's like you're trying to call the top, and it's not easy doing that in uptrends. And the S&P and Bitcoin are certainly in uptrends, multi-month uptrends for that matter. So that is people fighting the trend, right? People calling for $1,000 are fighting the trend, and they think they know more than you or anyone else. I mean, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. All right, that was the other look on the daily where it's the bears idea. But remember, if you're in overwhelmingly bullish conditions, bearish divergence doesn't perform very well. It's not performing well at all. It's doing terrible. This shouldn't be happening. Bears should be breaking this down instead of creating a bullish pin bar on the daily. You should have had a big red bearish engulfing bearish Marabazoo and close the day at 8,900, not do this. All right. What was that? Oh, I bet wrong chart. Excuse me. All right, here's your weekly. Right, where just the past 2 weeks we rejected the major all-time high, second all-time high, whatever. And you're just kidding. It's like the all-time high and then the June rally of 2019. You just tested it the past 2 weeks and failed. And you did close technically showing a bearish engulfing candle, but as we've discussed, it's really not a strong one, you know? I mean, this was a pretty strong bearish engulfing candle, I guess. And so, look, you got follow price action after the engulfing candle, but now you're rallying some. And there's a lot of time left. There's 5 days until this candle matures. What if you go up, test 9,600, fail, reject it, and then you end the week at lower prices? That wouldn't be weird if the weekly hidden bearish divergence actually plays out for real. It's just not yet. Alex G, do I see a crash in the S&P 500 coming? It's kind of, I mean, literally, I've said this since it all happened. Since the Fed is doing unlimited quantitative easing, no one knows the answer to that. No one. And so many people have gotten devastated trying to answer it by taking bets with puts. Okay, short graveyard, puts graveyard, whatever. Everyone's trying to be Michael Burry. Oh, we're calling the top, man. Oh, here comes the crash. Here comes the crash. I'm so smart. And you're just getting wrecked by money printer. It's tough, man. It's a tough situation. Speaking of that. Look, man, you had that dark cloud cover completely bought back up this week. That hidden bearish divergence you had is now like building more. So now it's like not maturing. It's just the positive momentum building. It's waxing. So it could just keep building on higher prices. And eventually, if you ever make a higher high than 33.85, you're not showing hidden bearish divergence anymore. So that's like, it's so tough. So tough. But one thing you have done on the weekly, it's not even a real resistance on the weekly. It's only on the daily. That's what's crazy. Look at this, man. I mean, you almost bullishly engulfed yesterday, which is crazy enough. But the good news yesterday was you fell below, but you closed the day above the 200-day moving average and 3,020, has been discussed over and over and over, resistance. And what did you do today? The only other trend line I've got plotted above there, 3150, you just gapped up and touched it before selling off and attempting to fill the gap. I mean, you know, wick to wick you kind of did before, you know, the rally went the rest of the day. But what's so insane about the S&P 500 is the fact that you're showing maybe hidden bullish divergence, right? How about that, man? I mean, really? You get another decent day and you get more negative momentum waning, going neutral to positive, impending price action continuation to the upside. You break 3150. I mean, you've got the 886 and stuff, but I mean, I really think the target above this 3150 area is 33, 33, 33. The gap fill from February 21st. Insane, right? I mean, this is it. That bearish divergence. This is all it turns into, just a much higher low, a 23% retrace from the bottom. I mean, how was there overwhelming amounts of demand with the unemployment? But hey, man, good news. Breakthrough in coronavirus, I guess, today, like maybe. And then, what is it? Federal Reserve's now buying corporate bonds or something. Now President Trump wants $1 trillion for infrastructure spending, but that's never going to happen until he gets reelected. But that is like the carrot on a string to get people to maybe vote for him. You know, because like he'll probably do it next term if he does get reelected. But the House is so divided right now, you know, Dems and Republicans. He's not going to get any help there. So the S&P, man. Maybe. If we break 3150, I mean, you're going to fill a gap at 3190. Okay, I was saying the next target. The next target actually from where we are now is 3189. Okay, let's just clear the air there, all right? But think about it. Between 3020 and 3150, there's nothing. So, I mean, it could fluctuate. Tomorrow, we just have a red day. You know, you close down 3090 or something. And then eventually, we come and back test 3020 again. People are like, oh, it's all over. Just for a back test, and then you run again, or you break it. You know, if you break 3020, you got supports on the way down, a decent amount of them. You built a decent base back here. Lots of chop in 2018, 2019. Gold. Looking at this a little different now on the daily, because that rising wedge, it wasn't real. I don't think it was really valid. I mean, the way it faked out and then it's rallied. I mean, you think now it's just a structure, right? Like a 1 and 2 on the top, and then 1 on the bottom, and then you fell below it. But traders never settled up lower than this third anchor point of the parallel upsloping channel. 3 white soldiers, you've sold off. But good news on gold is you're above all major resistance points, except the ones you've got up here. I'm just saying you're kind of in. Like, there's not much resistance in between 1703 and 1750. So, very good, because what we've identified is a potential momentum shifting structure. Where you've got a sell wall, a neckline at 1745. You got a left shoulder ahead and a right shoulder. And so all that needs to happen now is never... or from now on, make higher lows. So this comes down all the way back to 1709. Fine. As long as you pivot there, make a higher low. That's the momentum shifting stuff. The price action that we seek, we want, and we can trade it. So, I mean, did an unofficial setup, and this got extremely close to that literal entry on the idea, right? That was published just from this sell-off here. So... look left, you've got these two areas I've had plotted for a while, February 23rd and March 6th. Never quite touched it, but again, man, now we're just wanting the higher lows, and if you break it, wow, I understand there's a 100% measure move up there at 1818, but dude, there's so much resistance that you have to break. Like, you just think about the upsloping resistance and the horizontal line resistance, man. Okay. Good news. You're in a range. And when things looked like it was over, bids came in, right? Buyers. And now we're making higher lows. Wow. So I hope you're all having a good Tuesday, this musicless Tuesday, but hopefully you've got your own music on or something that you like. I mean, it's good, right? I can't receive any complaints about the music sucking or the song sucking, right? So futures. Made a joke today about futures that are, open again. They've reopened. These markets are homogenic. All right. I mean, look, since Monday, right? This is Bitcoin. Sold off on the weekend, right? Dow Jones, S&P, crude, big rally, all across the markets, man. It's the same freaking chart, isn't it? So they're back in sync. Right, even gold looks like this too, because that's like when gold started really rallying was Monday or Sunday evening, you know, when futures open. So we got very similar stuff going on with altcoins. I mean, compared to Bitcoin. Great news on Ethereum, though, is it did hit a shallow retrace, or a moderate retrace for that matter. So this is just looking back at the second largest cryptocurrency. And, you know, Bitcoin sold off, so did this. Same price action there, right? It's like a cipher. Is like a cipher, man, where you go X, A, B, C, and then you're looking for a retrace that is not finished. You're looking around 245. I would just eyeball it. Yeah. A little too deep there. Yeah, definitely too deep. But if it's just going to follow Bitcoin, which it is right now pretty freaking well, I mean, you're just looking right around... And this is where a potential reversal may occur, right? Where we make a lower high again, and then we dump. And that is very possible on Bitcoin too. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, reddish for bearish, right? Bearish reversal. Red dead. But yeah, man, it looks like there's still room to run on this asset. It is testing some local lows, right? What was once support on June 7th is now resistance. So I think there's room to run on Bitcoin still. And I think there's room to run on Ethereum at least still. I mean, at least to make a deep retrace and a lower high before selling off again. And that could be it. I mean, that could be how the trend all reverses, you know, with the bearish cipher or something. Okay, so people talking about BAT in the chat. Certainly divergence. Wow, look at this price action. Stupendous price action. All right, so you had help on both oscillators on this low where you'd broken out of a very well-established uptrend, at least the demand line. Look at that, though. That's hard to ignore, you know. I'm sure almost all the altcoins look the same here because Bitcoin did. Wow, it's so crazy, man. But look what's happened, you know. Look at what freaking has happened. This channel, so well respected. You're back in it. You've broken back in it because of the divergence. And now you're trying to back test it as support again. That's freaking nuts. And so if this thing's to rally, okay, if Bitcoin rallies, this might be a trade setup. Okay, because you just talk about dragons here. Okay, I mean, that's the way I'm going to look at it, as a dragon. Okay. Nice rising wedge, destroyed, beautiful, 100% measure move, hit like the Jesus man. Thank you so much, rising wedge. Thank you so much, divergence with the rising wedge. The third peak. But yeah, I'm sure you could plot a channel, wedge. I don't care, right? All I care about is the hump here, the head of the dragon. What you don't have to. You can do it like this if you're so inclined. This is the head. Here is the foot. Here is the hump. Here is the second foot. Right, we're clearly, you're squeezed in between that demand line and now it looks like a supply line of a potential bullish dragon pattern. And this plays into the cipher, okay? Think about it. A dragon is just a premature cipher. But see, the thing with this, it's like almost too perfect. Almost too perfect of a double bottom here. right? It's not quite 113%, so it's not really a valid pattern. But look, I mean, makes sense. It's like Bitcoin. It's like Ethereum. Made a slightly lower low, like 5.8% lower than the previous low. Meh. And so how would one trade this? We just go from the top of the pattern to the lowest point, and you get your targets, man. All right? And we'll do it like this. All right. Not a valid cipher because it barely doesn't meet criteria. But look, this is valid right here. Dragon. Boom. So the target's on BAT. If Bitcoin doesn't implode, which it could, right? At any time Bitcoin implodes, all these altcoins, any opportunities will be devastated and destroyed. Easy. So your first target on BAT, the 618, 24.1 cents. And your second target on BAT. We can do third target too, whatever. Perfect, right? Your second target on Dragons, normally the 786. But look at this, man. Just at or slightly below the 78% retrace is 24.96 cents. What is that? It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. Major potential reversal area. Hello. March 6, 2020. That just happens to be right there. So if you're talking about if we did breach that, man, you maybe have like a crazy target after that. You know, you break that, man, for real this time. Then we could be talking about 100% retrace or maybe even the next overhead resistance around like 27.5 cents. God, you know, that's probably yeah, it is. The 1272 is at 27.8 cents. Okay, so that's how you would look at BAT somehow is a batish dragon. Just kidding. Yeah, you looked at it in the Patreon chat. It's up 300. Well, it was up today. 315%. Was down after hours about 15%. Man, what a day. Huge increase in value. All right. So anyone got questions? I mean, like, isn't this what you come here for? Oh, man. Or is it just to look at Bitcoin do nothing, right? Or just the music, right? Understandable. Wow. So this is, man, I mean, this is the area where, I mean, it's like dreams are made or they're destroyed, right? You get a low, you get the same freaking low, right? You're confirming, well, I mean, like, assuming the market doesn't crash. The second low is like confirmation to market participants that the bottom's in for now. That's what this stuff is. A lot of it. But it's also wave analysis, a little more complicated. You were warned if Bitcoin doesn't implode. This could be the ticket. Oh, let's change the color because it's not red dead, right? It's not bearish. It's technically bullish. So it'd be like, oh, little green dragon, right? What's up, Jesse?
Hey Mitch, can you look at UCO Pro shares trust on daily? Gap fill at $440. Low money printer go BRRRR.
I mean, you can look at oil. We can just look at, I mean, I've been looking at US oil, literally, right? But you want to look at UCO, okay. Oh my God. We're talking about gap fill at 440 or something. Are we looking at the same chart, man? Give me a sec. Capital at 440. Dude, I don't know. Oh. No, you're still not looking at the same chart as me. Look, dude, I'm looking at UCO, and you're like UCO. Dude, we gotta be... There's something going on, right? Oh my god, now I get it. Oh, dude, forget about all those gaps, man. Like, I don't even... So sad. I do like, though, from the low to high, where the actual reversal happened. I mean, you touched the 1618 like the Jesus, man. Wow. 1065, golden mean ratio reversal. Why don't you worry about the gap at 3364, the gap at 3950, the gap at 4740? You get what I'm saying, man? There's 3 gaps above you. Okay, and then, you know, after that, eventually, man, there's a gap at 8684. But he's talking about 400.
Nom nom beep boop boop stocky marky no crashy.
What's up, Mighty Mushroom Beep? Thanks for the 3s, man. Very cool. Hey, I'm just happy to see people tipping when it doesn't have to do with me hurting my body. Thank you. Look, so he was talking about $440 or something. I don't even... 628. See, why are you saying 440 when there's a gap fill at 627? There's a friggin' gap fill, dude, at 812, 887. You may not have been zooming out far enough to even see it. But who cares, you know, about those gaps when there's just so much, or there's so many more fish to fry down here in the basement. So we can readjust the fibs, or we can just post relevant fibs now. There's a discernible high on the daily, clearly. High to the low. We've only achieved a 236, so you know there is room to run. Certainly. That's shallow. That's pathetic, man. I mean, reversing here is very bad. Now, if you reverse here and you sell off and you eventually pivot to make a higher low, now we're talking. Then you could get some bullish convergence, or maybe bullish divergence on a, you know, slightly higher low, double bottom, or a lower low, right? You get it? So a wave up, it's the same wave. Look, one wave down. It's a new wave. It's probably an XA wave, and now it's an AB wave. And AB waves normally reverse between $36 and $51.60 in this context, or between the 38% retrace and the 61.8% retrace, right? So a new wave, all right, and you may not be done with the wave. It gets up to these levels, it could reverse majorly downside. I mean, look at this, dude. On the daily, UCO 51, I mean, it's neutral. Plenty of room to run the upside or to dump. Haven't seen negative momentum on this since March 26th. Good Lord. Someone's calling me. It's my grass guy. Crap. Such bad timing, dude. Such bad timing. I'll hit him back after stream. Alright, dude. So, you know, there's things to talk about on that, and we did discuss it, so... Talk to your grass guy, man. Hee hee. Yeah, dude, sorry.
Is that a joint?
Probably can't because stockholders, right?
Excuse you. Thanks for the 554 people tuned in. I guess if you're enjoying it, you can hit that like button, that bell, that sub. It's your choice, of course. Of course, right? So Bitcoin's 95.22. It's very quiet. Sorry, I have to delete something that I have to do every stream. Oh, changes were not saved. Why? Whatever, dude. Okay. Dang, man. Bat. Very, very interesting here, dude. You just think about it, right? What's the context? Well, I mean, it had a real good run, but it's pulled back deeply. And if this uptrend's to continue, this is it, man, right? You don't want to be breaking down. You're back in the channel, so stay in this freaking uptrend. So you're in an uptrend. It's somewhat of a bullish pattern developed. Let's go, man. Let's go, bat. It is your time to shine again. You've just been too far into the cave, the bat cave. So I mean, you can look at the ciphers like Ethereum maybe like this too. I'm sure, right? Let's go to VeChain, someone mentioned earlier. Of course, man, what a bounce. No edge on the bounce though, but this like we got reinforced steel supports in this zone. You can clearly see on your chart. You just went to the bottom of the support zone. We had to go all the way back, man. Right, you just what'd you hit, man? What did you bounce off of? You bounced off of the April 1st, April 3rd, 2019 peak. As it was created the top of the range technically there, created the bottom of the range down here, December 2018. So since then, you're up, man. You had a somewhat of a bullish pin bar, not a very strong one. You were showing no bearish divergence technically, right, with a higher level of relative strength, even though it's kind of like a double top. So it's kind of like stagnation in relative strength, stagnation in momentum up here. But really, I mean, this thing pulled back because of Bitcoin. This thing has been doing exceptional ever since the Bayer partnership. Things just been going nuts here.
VeChain doing things.
You only come for the music. Wow. Well, maybe other people will show up just for the TA now. You know, where my value is. I don't create that music, but I do create the analysis that a lot of people here do care about. So, sorry you feel that way. VeChain's just 0.02% up on the day. Nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's neutral on the day. And if this is the real reversal, you know, I mean, this is where we could see 1 cent again. But that's on Bitcoin, man. I think if BAT, it starts hitting its targets of the dragon, I mean, I don't see why VeChain couldn't rally again.
Mitch, can you check out Data Connect Get Wrecked? Thank you as always.
Is that a joint?
Sully, thanks for the 420, dude. Yes, we can look at Cardano. Good luck, VeChain. You have back-tested the old, extremely powerful resistance zone, and you have emerged, for now, victorious. But just know what's going to happen if Bitcoin dumps hard. VeChain's going to fall right back into this huge range, and there's a lot of room to fall, isn't there? You don't want that. So go Bitcoin if you want VeChain to perform. Same thing with ADA. Had a big pullback. What did it do? Came to back test its crash high, like February 13th. Right, we came back tested it. Bullish pin bar like Bitcoin. Bullish pin bar reversal. Not really. You got bullish convergence, a higher level of relative strength than the previous low. But, certainly if this actually, look, man, if you don't keep selling off and keep building negative momentum, which is always a possibility when the histogram island looks like this, you're not going to have hidden divergence. But if this is it, if the bullish pin bar is what ushers in us starting to lose negative momentum, we start getting near neutral, I mean, then you've got the beautiful argument of hidden bullish divergence, impending price action, continuation to the upside for Cardano. Major confluence area reversal. We also had, a resistance back here from November 2018.
Hi Mitch, thanks for streaming. Remember we looked at RNX on TSX like a year ago? Well, this beanie baby actually made a higher high on the weekly for the first time and is retracing. Would you mind please checking it out on the weekly?
Sure.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, Frantic.
Can you look at EPD? Trying to see if my charting is getting better.
Sun, yeah, we can look at it for sure. EPD, energy asset. It was in a huge range. I remember it formed this crazy, colossal sized head and shoulders, dumped, almost hit the measure move, reversed, insanely. I don't think it made it higher, and then it crashed with the market. So yeah, we'll look at it. I don't remember, man. You made a higher low, but you're in the trend since 2018. Did you say a higher high? You did say a higher high on the weekly. RNX. Man, look at these lower lows. Then just a huge move up, and now you're just lower lows again. What's the most recent major event? I guess it's is it the higher low here? I'm sure we could paint something, right? A channel or... Yeah, there it is. The supply line was tested. Holy crap. Look at this, man. You can't even make it up. It's too perfect. The weekly, right? In a downtrend. Do I see an edge here? I mean, there was on the weekly bullish divergence, barely, and that played out. Look at this follow through. But now, do I see an edge? Nope. And you're nothing burger until you break 70.5 cents, right? That is the, you got above it, but it was a fake out. It was bullcrap, right? And this is how you know it was bullcrap, because you broke out and then you spent a few weeks above it, and then you dumped, and then you came to back test not just once in January of last year, 2019, but again in June of 2019. So that you say it's okay, it made a higher high, sure. It's not making higher lows yet. You got to make a higher... Now, I mean, I get from this low to this low, sure. Higher lows. But we got to break a supply line, and right after we break a supply line, we're going to have to break this from this, where kind of the range was created. August 2012, it's been a big problem area. RNX. Oh my God. I remember this, dude. I remember. It's still here. It was amazing, dude. It was freaking awesome. EPD, Enterprise Partners. Yeah, look. It was in this mega range. It was beautiful range. And I knew we were hitting the top. And it's like, dude, this is the area. Lower risk. But then it pivoted, created a neckline, right shoulder, and then dumped. And,
Love the stream, Mitch. Can you check out Cosmos USD for me?
Sure, Josh. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Thanks, man. Hope you're having a good one. We'll look at it next, but right after EPD, where we're looking at this head and shoulders pattern back from, mid to late last year that was less than $1 away from hitting its 100% measure move before pivoting and rallying, making another consecutive lower high. And then, of course, the world came crashing down. And the world is still crashing, but the economy is being backstopped by the Fed and other huge central banks around the world. So you want to look at it, EPD, what's there to look at? Great story up here. Well, now it's just in an uptrend, just in this methodical recovery. Gap filled. Yes, the gap filled June 9th. And look at that, man. This is just testament to how wonderful what gaps can do, right? According to Bulkowski and all his research, gap fills act as a support or resistance about 22% of the time. So it's, one can use gaps for targets for trading because of that fact. So one doesn't just have to use 100% measure moves or Fibonacci. They can also use gaps. Isn't that cool? It looks like the S&P, but not, because if this was the S&P 500, it would be up here around 2850. So it's much worse. So yeah, we can try to plot we can try to confine the candlesticks within the parameters of two parallel trend lines. Sure, we can do that. 1, 2. And you do that, and it's like, it's trying to hold on, man. It's pretty decent, right? Yep. 1, 2 on the bottom. 1, 2 on the top. And you fell out, and you just gapped. Did you gap up? No, you just opened where you closed yesterday, and you are now back testing this demand line as support again, I guess. I mean, kind of impossible to make hidden bullish divergence since, since March 25th, you had shown no negative momentum. I don't know. I guess you could make... So there is no... Is there... Wow, there really might be. Yeah, a low on price. I mean, this is somewhat discernible. From this low to the next low that is higher, you did have lower levels of relative strength. So I guess you could say there might be an argument for hidden bullish divergence here. So a gap, right? The first target for EPD, if it was to continue its pivot point here, 21.29 right here. All right, where you gap down just last week. That would be the first target. Second target is probably going to be the local high and the gap fill again. But then you got 23.18 to 24.02. Good luck breaking that. You break that, man. Very good chance in time you would see $30 again, because that's an ice line that is insanely historical. And look where you're trying to back test this January 2016 low here.
Hello Mitch, love ya. We just finished a cipher on GBP CAD. What's next? Also, did you get my previous tip?
Prevailing 9, I don't think so. Maybe I did. Don't want to say something that's not true, but I don't recall. Was it this stream? Did it show up? Doesn't look like it did on Stream Elements. Thank you, man, either way. Cosmos Kramer to the US dollar. Everything's tether. There is no Cosmos to just the US dollar. Oh yeah, it's Atom. Duh. See. Ah, there it is. Well, there's Coinbase. Not gonna be much data, right? You got see. This is why it's great that you give me the pair, but you really, if you're giving me this crazy trash S coin that most people don't care about, you want to give me the pair and the exchange, so I don't have to look through different exchanges. Because oh man, you shouldn't look at that chart because this chart has more data by 5 days. Come on, dude. That's. And they all, Poloniex. So, all right, this is just guessing. We've got nothing else I can do. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. For now. Double top much? Jeez. Below the 200-day moving average. I don't know, this one kind of reminds me of Litecoin a little bit, XRP-ish, where they're just underperforming, where if this was the Bitcoin chart, it would be all the way up here, dude, 483 or so. But it's not, it's Atom. So I'm sure we could plot some channel. Look at the scan wig, it's beautiful, dude. Let's try this real quick. Oh wow, it actually plays out. Oh look at that, it's like pretty perfect. So you're just in an uptrend right now. You are struggling to get back above this low from April of 2019. It was a valley at some point. Look here too, price action correlation. If you can get above that and hold, then you might have the argument for an ascending triangle. If you don't, then you're going to test the demand line again, then you break it, and you're going to come down to $2 again. And that would be the Bitcoin bearish scenario. So you just think, all right, if Bitcoin rallies the upside, Atom's probably going to rally too. So if that's the case, then instead of a potential double top, you're just talking about a supply line here. You got a supply line, and now you got accumulation maybe going on, right, with this new wick. It's not confirmed or anything, but that could be going on. I don't know. Right? Also, like upsloping consolidation after a crash like that, I mean, you could be setting up for lower prices. So do I see an edge right now? Nope, there's not even hidden bullish divergence. From a low to the higher low, you're still building negative momentum. I'm sorry, you're not building more negative momentum than the previous, and that would be an edge. Continuation edge. You don't have that yet. So could be painting a bullish continuation pattern, but at the same time it's near demand line of a structure you've been in since the beginning of the rally for Bitcoin and all cryptos. And if it breaks that, you're not going to have a good time. You'll probably come down to $2 again, 186 or so. So it's like, will Bitcoin rise? If you can answer that question, you're probably getting yourself an answer on Atom to the US dollar. Riveting. Okay, and then we got Great Britain pound to Canadian dollar, man. Oh, really nice looking pattern there. This one reminds me of the euro. Wow. Give me a sec. Very good looking stuff here. I mean, it could be left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and this is after a nice rally. So it's like you're seeing a trend reverse. The trend kind of reversed here, and this is kind of trying to verify it a little bit, even though it could just dump again. It looks like almost a bear pull, bear flag, but you know, you got to be a little optimistic because it's a higher low than the previous low, and it could be, you know, cementing this structure here. Okay, momentum shifting, and this is coming. This is a pause in the trend, right? The new uptrend and then the pause here. All right, so a lot of people would be like, "Oh yeah, bear flag for sure. It's gonna dump." It could, very well could. And then you talk about, look at this, man. Just think about this, man. There are a couple things here. Just bear with me. Why are we reversing here? Harmonic. 50. Is that an 886 or 7? That's a 786. But for this should be an 886 reversal point. All right, this is too shallow. You know, maybe one could wait. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're going to play a harmonic, this is the PCZ of this structure. So what could happen is we do sell off again. Everyone thinks it's all over for the Great Britain pound, and then you get down to 1.67. And then that's when we show and develop bullish divergence on the daily at a PCZ of this, right? That will be insane. Well, yeah, for now, it's holding on to its support back from January. Holding on for now. So it could reverse here and rally. But if you're talking about pure harmonics and rules of harmonics, the entry for a long is 167, not once, you know, whatever this was, 168. You know, so also the idea, worst case scenario here, probably XA, and then we got B. Oh man, it's a little too deep, man, for anything. I was thinking it could have been a Gartley, and then you could have a PCZ way down here. I think if things don't hold up in this area, that will be the target.
The stream through PayPal. D the triple prevailing nines kings.
Triple prevailing nines kings. It was this stream through PayPal. Oh, through PayPal. So did you tip through stream elements? Because if so, it's like going to be your name. And I don't, you know, your whatever your PayPal name is. I'm not sure, man. And I don't want you to dox yourself, so right, there's schools of thought. It's kind of difficult, man. This one's a little tougher, right? The fact that you can see actually where a good, and the reason we know this is because the lower high and B is 50% retraced perfectly. I mean, that's like, if it was a 618 though, right? If this had gone deeper and hit, you know, right here, then yes, you do have a valid bullish Gartley, but that's like why you memorize harmony, because you could give yourself, you could be wrong, right? It's like, oh, well, it looks like almost perfect, man. But like, how will we not get down there? It could be too strong of a support from January of this year. So set up an alert down there. I mean, again, the reason why I'm saying like it would be lower risk down there is because, again, you might develop a freaking awesome edge on the daily. There's nothing better than that. Okay, Pedro. Yeah, I'm just going to start a new channel, dude, because you said so. Okay. There will never be me starting a new channel on YouTube. If things ever get bad enough, I'll never come back here, right? I mean, like, it'll be, oh, I'm done on YouTube. So, what an idea, man. Here's another look zoomed out on the Great Britain pound to the Canadian dollar. You're right, you see it, like you're just range bound. So the lower risk, higher reward opportunities on this asset are gonna be lower than where you are now. You're in the freaking dead middle pretty much, right? So when you're in the dead middle of a trading range that's huge, right? It's 4 years large. Either way, right? It's tougher to make a decision because you're just looking for lower prices. The closer you can get to the bottom of the trading range, the better for risk reward. All right, the argument is the 886 at 1.67074. All right, let's see what happens. And I think we're good on request now. 95.19, less than 1 hour to go. Top of the hour, so we go back to Bitcoin. We look at it again. Still hanging on to the demand line, though it did in fact fall out of its nice equidistant channel. That's okay. That does not usher in the begin. That is a step that must be taken for an asset to reverse its trend. It must break its uptrend geometrically. But the next step after the breakout, we see it all the time, man, like in downtrends, right? We can go to Ethereum so you can see it, but like that's the first step to recovery is breaking out. But it is certainly not all that it takes. The next step after you break out is then breaking above your previous levels. Right, your previous discernible swing highs or lows. So think about this bullishly. It would have to run up to 8,700 and break that and get candle close confirmation. And not just that, probably you really want it to break 8,500 because we know the context, historical, and it's so, powerful, July of 2018. So it just hasn't done that yet. If anything, it's rejected a breakout and you're still making lower highs than your previous highs. Kind of gross, right? Blah. What an attempt by the bears or the bulls in this context, right? Pretty crap. No, I do not get bears on my property. I'm good, man. I know Net never broke out of its rising wedge pattern and pivoted and made a huge run yesterday. I remember Cloudflare. Yeah, it was close, man. It was real close. It didn't. Look at this, man. It's like, oh yeah, you can't. It's like you just can't. Bear stuff just can't happen, right? Look, more. It's up 2% today. So it didn't break out. So that's good. So like the demand line held. So, and now we're making a higher high than the previous high, but now it's like your divergence is in jeopardy. It's making it a lot more tough. And the top of this structure is way up at like 33.12. So that might be another low risk, high reward opportunity for a short, I guess. This thing's gone. It's tech. It's services of tech, right? It's cloud stuff. So that's all been performing pretty freaking well. Been outperforming. Tech, man. Net. Hubs. The Qs. Apple. Microsoft. You name it, man. Up 1.72%. It gapped up. Opened at 243.40, closed at 242.85. Sold off to kind of fill the gap for the rally. Look at this uptrend, man. People were like, oh, is it a bearish bat? Nope. If it was a bearish bat, it would have reversed at 229 for real. Sorry, man. This is at near all-time highs. It even filled the gap today from its all-time high on June 10th. Okay, yeah. Get conspiracy theories. Oh, I'm getting shadow banned because Bitcoin's in my title. Okay, might as well just quit then. Right? I mean, that means I can't utilize SEO anyway, so I might as well just go to Twitch. No one will find me there. No one will find me here. I'll just die as a streamer, I guess, right? That's why there's no music today, because I see people still asking the question. I'm doing everything I possibly can to get unshadow banned, so at least my own subscribers can find me in their subscription feed. Wow, that's asking so much, man. Why disconnection? It's called central banks, Gareth. Perhaps you've heard of them? All right, Q's, more tech, semiconductors, right? They kind of are sluggish today. Hold on, sorry. Why does it look like that right now? There we go. So coupled with Handelman on AMD, the Fed printer keeps going burr, then eventually I think we'll see 65 bucks, 72 bucks, and maybe if we're lucky, 79.59. All it is a 100% measure move of the structure coupled with Handelman. I know it's not perfect, but this was like an inverse head and shoulders here anyway, so. That's good. Let's see here. Nice. Yeah, it's like as soon as I go live, I'm shadow banned. It's so crazy. God, I hate YouTube so much. Well, looks like that wasn't it. Maybe I'll just do it a couple days. I don't even know, man, what to do anymore. It's depressing. It's like I put my heart and soul into this, kind of for like 2+ years, and I'm getting repaid like I'm a terrible person that hurts people. Like that's how I get treated by YouTube. So it kills my vibe. It kills like my mood. You'd feel the same way if you were in my position though. So empathy would be great, but I completely understand if you think that I should just, should be perfect and never be human on stream. I get that. All right. So that's tech. We looked at it near all-time highs and probably will see all-time highs if this trend continues with Fed money printing. So any more altcoins showing any kind of promising stuff like BAT? Yep, here you go, man. It's almost like BAT Junior. It's the same friggin' thing, man. You had divergence on a slightly lower low. Look, the channel you were in, you fell out of. You're trying to get back in it. You're consolidating. And there you go, man. It's like another potential trade setup of some sort here on Tron Connect. Wow. All right, held on to 1.56 cents. Big deal. I mean, that's a reversal area. You reversed there twice now.
Inverse Bitcoin chart is terrifying, how dare you, Mitch? But nothing like cheaper coin.
Yeah, Prevailing 9, thank you for the 10 super chat. Bitcoin, inverse Bitcoin chart is terrifying? No, it's... I mean, in what way? Do you mean like, oh, it's so bearish? I don't know, right now it's like, yeah, the trend is kind of in jeopardy, But for now, the trend is still bullish. Edgar, good. I'm glad you did. Enjoy it. Okay, dude. I don't know. Things have just changed in the past year. And in the past 365 days, things have changed and made things much worse for my quality of life as a live streamer on this platform. So, I'll look at the charts, but I don't know, like, you know, my days are numbered, dude, for sure. I guess that's okay.
Fleumich, we all enjoy you stream and very much need you to be our tour guide for this new financial reality. It's a bummer that the scam channels are ruining it for good people.
You don't need me.
Life.
You don't need me, dude. Nothing will matter if I'm gone. You'll have 1,000 other people to watch, alright? It's not a big deal. So what happens on Tron if it breaks the upside, right? We'll look at some targets. Practical trade setup here too. This doesn't work. This will fail miserably. Miserably if Bitcoin dumps. But if Bitcoin rallies, is not very volatile, here are your targets on Tron for upside. First target, 1.7225 cents. Second target, 1.7815 cents. There you go. Boom. It's a sized up potential pattern. It's actually a confirmed pattern at this point because you've actually broken out. You have, in fact, broken out right here, man. The neckline was, again, the word's broken. So, and now it's just hanging on somehow. I mean, you wouldn't even know what's going on, dude. Like, look, you just zoom out and it's like, holy crap, it's like Batman. It's just too many touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You finally fell out, and now you're breaking back into that really well-respected channel's trend line, and now you're kind of holding it. So lots of upside potential on BAT, or I'm sorry, on Tron. Might as well be BAT. It's the same freaking thing, dude. All right, so there is opportunity for altcoins, at least BAT and Tron. All right. Nice. But Bitcoin goes down, you will get wrecked. Man, it's just a reality of this market. So proceed with caution. Sweet. There's Tron 4.0 next month. Yeah, you're right. It's like, really? There was a Tron 2.0 and 3.0? You kidding me? It's not about YouTube notifications. It never was, Scuba Steve, okay? It was never about that. It was literally about the fact that if you're a subscriber, you can't see me. I don't exist on your subscription feed and you're a sub. That's what's effed up. Right? I mean, thank you, Prevailing 9. I highly doubt it, but thank you for the contribution. I really appreciate it, man. Dude, it's the man himself. Stuart Smalley, man. Thank you, dude. You are. I don't want to dox you, but man, thank you for that gift. You must not have seen the stream. Maybe, but I gave you a big shout out and showed it on stream and all that a few ago, right? So thank you, man, Mr. Glassblower, for one of the most thoughtful gifts I've ever received through that P.O. Box thing. Thank you, dude. Jeez, man. Hype for the freaking altcoins. Now we just root for Bitcoin at this point. But, you know, it's like, why are people so obsessed with Bitcoin pairs? I don't get it. You know, the inefficiency of it. But then it's like, you know, something like this shows on the US dollar. And then what we just keep talking about, how many times to ad nauseum did I say it? If Bitcoin dumps, this thing's screwed. All right, what did this showing up on the BTC pair?
DGB/USD daily Bittrex or perhaps Bitfinex.
Thank you, Jay Ramsey, for the $3.33.
Don, can you look at me again? Bought bulk at 1.03 and 0.95. Thanks, M.
Tony, thank you, man, for the 1111 Make-A-Wish. Thank you, dudes. Yep. We will look at it. For sure. I don't know. We looked at this crap before. I don't think any of my work saved. Or it's on another chart or something. Yep. And, you know, it rallied. It almost like a bat, bearish bat or something. I do like how it, you know, sprung and it didn't really, it back tested the spring, but fell below it and then just had this huge move up and now it's selling off again, making a lower high, confirming it looks like a lower high than the previous high. Sure, Bitcoin rallies, it has a chance to go higher. But dude, if you can't just eyeball here where there could be extreme amounts of value, but this might be your friggin' beanie baby, so you're going to be upset about this. I mean, you know, 786, 886, you know, these areas, this zone here being where there could be real value. But hey, man, if you hold this, you'll never get down there. But it's Digibyte. Does it really help people? Does it make any money? Does it even have partnerships with Microsoft or Bayer or whatever than just your everyday run-of-the-mill S-coin? I would feel far more comfortable taking a long down here than having anything to do with this asset up here. But especially after it just confirmed a lower high than the previous high. Of course, bearish convergence on the daily too. Yikes. I don't know, man. Nothing incentivizing or nothing that intrigues me on this right now. Great run up though. Wow, fantastic stuff. Congratulations if you got in on this. Well, look at this, man. Oh, I own Digibyte, man. June of 2019, I own Digibyte. Holy crap. Almost a year later. Oh, we now have done something. You're a little bit higher than your entry, you know, getting in last year. I don't know. So it's whatever. Those are where value areas are. Beyond that, I guess we could plot something now. 1 and 2. A lot of white space on the top, but I guess a new confirmed swing high. Okay, price contraction until it breaks out. There you go. Neutral as crap. So it doesn't really give you an edge. If you look at it this way and you want to target or something, fine, we can. Both ways. So there you go. Hold on.
Do more static videos. I love to learn and it will grow your brand to the point YouTube will have no choice but to. STFU.
Highly doubt it, dude. YouTube doesn't have to do anything for anyone ever, okay? Especially someone with 30,000 subs. Thank you, though. Appreciate the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, dude. Here you go. If you want immediate targets, well, if you're a bullish moon boy, 30 or 3.7 cents. If you think there might be value perceived, are you kidding me? Is this 0.4 of 1 cent? Is that real? Yeah, 0.4 of 1 cent, which would happen to be, I don't know, dude. Let's see what that does. Am I crazy here? My God, it's like a freaking puzzle piece. Look at that. 886, 50%. Dude, that's a bullish bat. PCC is the 100% measured move of the structure to the downside. Not saying it's going to happen. But my God, does that not make sense, right? A little bit of confirmation that, wow, that's cool.
Bruh.
Sorry, drinking some water. Yes, Roku, fantastic day today. Patrons nailed this. Patrons identified this, I don't know, like... It was the beginning of the month or something. You know, it was like the first second, they had the divergence, they had a falling wedge pattern, and then it broke out, and it looked good, but then it sold off again, but only to make a higher low than the previous low. And only to make almost, just continuation of divergence, but it really was, it turned into convergence, that's fine. But inverse head and shoulders, slanted neckline, you've broken it. Candle close confirmation breakout today, up 12.39%. Very good. 100% measured move of the structure puts you at 132.56. But you got to be careful, and you got to be wary that, or at least just you got to be aware that there is a major supply line that has been, created and tested and rejected before, and you're in a downtrend. Been in a downtrend since November, so that could be tested and you could fail the downside. If you break it though, I mean, you got your target, 132.56, pretty modest. It's not that crazy. It's like, I don't know, $12 away. We'll see we get fall through the money printer. More tech, man. This is all off retail sales. A lot of stuff pumped today because of that fact. Okay, there's your Roku. Connor. Jeez, man. People like request an asset and they immediately just go AFK or something. I don't know what it is. Okay. Yeah, Square. Yep. It filled the gap today and no higher. So cool. It's just like eye-opening. Like, what? Yeah, you gapped up. But look, man, look at the daily real quick. It's crazy. You had hidden bullish divergence, by the way, before this move up. Look, man. Oh, you actually... Dang, what a nice little rally at the end of the day. You closed above the gap fill. The gap fill from October of 2018. You broke in this mega overhead resistance throughout history since November 2018. You've broken it resoundingly. And the next target at this point, I think, is 101.28. That's very well where it could go if the money printer continues to burr. That is also confluent with your previous high to that crash low. It's respective 1272 fib extension, 127.2% retrace. So that's the target, $100, right? Psychologically, it's $100, and then right above it's $101, $102. Above that's 109.85, and the gold mean ratio puts you around $121. Nuts, dude. Doing this on no more positive momentum. It's crazy. You're like diverging the whole way up. Same wave though, I guess. Crazy, man. Dude, even on the daily was showing, and maybe it just things happen too fast, but look, man, a low to the higher low, engulfing candle. Look at that, man. Impending price action continuation. The upside. What's going on? This market's so ridiculous. Too bullish somehow. But it was an ascending triangle before everything got screwed up. It fell below it. Now this was the neckline here. So again, you break $101, dude. I mean, very easily could see 120 and higher, 150. 175. It's a $4. I mean, sorry, 4.11% today. Almost $4. Been live now for about an hour and a half, so this is like my first stream of the music like ever, so I'm making it at least. It's a lot different for me anyway. Alright, man, I guess that's it. 95.18 on Bitcoin. Guess we can wrap it up. There you go, man. You got your targets, 99.50 and 10,420. I mean, that's it, dude. If this Garley's going to play out, it's going to actually hit real targets, grown men targets. They're pictured. They're there. Daily, I mean, there's nowhere it technically needs to close for a moon. It could just be a day of buying, and the negative momentum's continuing to wane, which I think is really good. You want that to go positive again, and we just see this massive green histogram island on that time scale. Be great. But we know, right? We can't ignore the fact that less than $100 away is a very critical area, 9,600. That is where traders settled up 2018 to create ourselves a historical ancient resistance that has been well respected throughout this history, short history, whatever. Call it ancient because it's Bitcoin, whatever. You just go to the weekly and you can see this. Look, man, you got 5 days to do it. But we technically didn't even test 9,600, though you were oh so close. My God. But this is it right here, man. April 30th, the week of April 30th, 2018. Get above that, always a good chance you'll see 99.50 again, which, remember, before this week, it was 5 out of the 6 last weeks were tested 99.50. 99.50, look, man, the week of May 4th, the week of May 11th, the week of May 18th, the week of June 1st, and just last week, every time except this 1 week of May 25th, we tested the very top. It's ridiculous, man. It's like so many touches. So we are praying for the Gartley. If the Gartley plays out for real and we hit the grown men targets, then BAT's gonna play out probably. It's Dragon and Tron. So we found some opportunity on S coins, of all things. Wild. Okay. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions. I'll be back sometime, I guess, later. Till next time, respect the TA.